Next topic. Yes, a very simple and a very beautiful topic. Rights issue. Yes, rights issue. Okay. So all of you would have already done this in inter. Rights issue. So what are we going to calculate in this topic? First, I'll tell you what are we going to calculate. So you know what's rights issue, no? What is rights issue? Uh, if a company wants to issue further share capital, it can go to new shareholders, yes, or it already has some shareholders. No, it can issue shares to them itself. Instead of going to new investors, it can approach the existing investors, the existing shareholders, yes. And when shares are given to existing shareholders on a preferential basis, that is called rights issue. Okay. So what are we going to do in this topic? We'll be calculating something called theoretical X right price. Yes, I will be discussing detail on rights issue also, but let me first tell what all we'll be doing in this topic. We'll calculate theoretical X right price, also known as TERP, or simply also called as X right price. Yes, then we'll be calculating, yes, very important, value of right. We'll be calculating value of right. What chapter it is? Share valuation, concept of valuation. We will be doing a lot of valuation here. So we'll be calculating the value of a right also. Okay. Yes. Then we'll understand. We'll try to see the impact of rights issue. Impact of rights issue on the wealth of a shareholder. Okay, we're going to these are three things we'll be doing. So we'll learn something called theoretical X right price, what that is and how it is to be calculated, and then we'll be seeing what is called value of a right, how value of a right is calculated. Yes, then we'll study the impact of rights issue on the wealth of shareholders. When we mean shareholders, we mean existing shareholders only, because there is no new shareholder coming when we're talking about rights issue. Okay, so now all of you, let's see the story of a rights issue. Okay, so let's understand rights issue with an example. So say this is today, now say 27th June. Okay, let's have two more dates, 28th June, and let's have one more date, 29th June. Okay, now say for example your company, okay, your company on 27th June has say 2 lakh equity shares, 2 lakh number of equity shares. Okay, and the MPS on 27th June, the MPS is rupees 200. Okay, MPS is say rupees 200. Now on 28th June, yes, your company is issuing rights shares. Okay, and what data you have, your company is telling that you want say 1 crore, 1 crore rupees, 1 crore capital you want to raise by issuing, okay, just say for example, okay, say by issuing 1 lakh right shares. Okay, so 28th June your company is telling that we want to raise 1 crore of capital by issuing 1 lakh right shares. Okay, so now you can calculate what would be the price of one share. So here you can calculate something called subscription price. Okay, the subscription price. So 1 crore is the capital your company wants to procure by issuing 1 lakh shares. So how much is the price coming? Rupees 100. Yes, this is called subscription price. Okay, now here we get our first and foremost and one of the most important understanding about rights issue, that rights shares are issued at a discount. You can see the MPS was 200 rupees per share, but company is issuing for rupees 100. Okay, so rights shares are issued at a discount, are always issued at a discount. All right, let's proceed. Now what is happening? See, immediately the next day, 28th June, the subscription took place. Okay, rights share subscription took place. Now after that got over, immediately next day, let's calculate what will be the market price. So here, let's calculate the market price here. Okay, so for market price, we need total number of shares. No, how many shares in the beginning? 2 lakh shares, and now further you have issued 1 lakh shares. Okay. So total how many shares? 2 lakh plus 1 lakh. So 3 lakh shares. Let me write it separately. So 2 lakh shares plus 1 lakh shares. So totally you have now 3 lakh shares after rights issue. Okay. And now how much was the total market capital in the beginning? Market capitalization. So market capitalization means nothing but the total value of equity. So 2 lakh shares you had, each share worth 200. So that would be somewhere 4 crores. That would be rupees 4 crores. So in beginning, your total equities market capitalization was 4 crores. And now you have received further how much money? 1 crore. But now your total number of shares is 3 lakhs. So let's calculate what will be the market price. So 5 crores divided by 3 lakh shares. So that gives us rupees 166. So the MPS now is rupees 166. So what has happened? Previously MPS was 200. Now it has come down to 166. Now this gives us our second information about rights issue, that the MPS post rights issue will be lower. Okay, everyone. Now this MPS is called the theoretical X right price. The theoretical X right price. Yes, or also called as X right price or TERP. Okay, everyone, very important. Yes, so now I've given you two informations, two very crucial, very important information about rights issue. What's the first one? That rights issue are issued at a discount. You can see that the MPS was 200 rupees, but it was issued for 100 rupees. Rights shares are issued at a discount. Why? Because favorably, you are giving your existing shareholders a chance to buy more number of shares at a lower price. But what happens because of this discount? Because of this discount, yes, immediately after issue of right shares, the market price which you calculate, which we call as theoretical X right price, that is post rights price. Theoretical. Why theoretical? Because practically there will be some differences. There will be some case difference. I'll tell you. We'll be discussing one case. So theoretically, the X right price, that is the post rights issue market price, will be lesser than the previous MPS. Okay, this was the second information we got. Okay, and this is how the MPS or theoretical X right price is calculated. So this MPS is nothing but the theoretical X right price. Okay, so we have seen how the subscription price is calculated. We saw how the theoretical X right price is calculated. I'll be giving you proper formula also for both this. Now, what is this value of the share? Value of this right. What do you mean by value of the right? So we have seen this historical exit price. No, now we'll be discussing what is value of right. Yes. Now, everyone, now say for example, you have received a discount coupon, okay, to buy a pizza. You receive discount coupon to buy a pizza. On this discount coupon, it is written 200 rupees discount. Okay, so say you're going to Domino's and you want to purchase a pizza, and if you give this discount voucher, you will get a discount of 200 rupees. Correct? Okay. Now say for example, what is happening? You're on your way to Domino's, yes, and somehow this discount coupon, it fell somewhere. You don't know where, on the road or somewhere it fell. You have lost it. Yes. And after reaching Domino's, you're checking your pockets and you find out, you realize that you have lost the discount voucher. Yes. Immediately what will come in your mind? Oh my God, I have lost the discount coupon. Yes. It was, how much was it worth? It was worth 200 rupees, because you could have saved 200 rupees on that pizza which you want to buy. Now you'll have to buy the pizza for the full amount, how much ever it is. Yes. Now, yes, you would, in your mind, you will tell to yourself that I've lost a discount coupon worth 200 rupees. Yes. So if I ask you, what was the value of the discount coupon for you? Yes. What would you say? The value of discount coupon was nothing but the discount amount. The value was 200 rupees. So the value of the discount coupon was 200 rupees. Yes, the discount coupon was worth 200 rupees. What is value? Remember our initial time value of money classes. Value is equal to worth. Value means worth. So the worth of the discount coupon was 200 rupees. So its value was 200 rupees. Correct? Okay. Now, say I'm giving you, say, let's say one more example. Okay. Another example on discount coupons only. Say you have received one more discount coupon, this time to buy a pizza only. So say to buy a little costlier thing, say a phone, say Samsung phone. So you have a discount coupon now which says you can buy this Samsung phone, say phone model A, for 10,000 rupees. Okay. And so today the phone Samsung model A is priced at 12,000, and you have this coupon. Using this you can buy for 10,000. Yes, but today the market price is 12,000. You will be extremely happy. Okay, so now you are going to the shop to purchase it. Now what is happening? We know that phone prices change, and what is happening is, yes, when you went to the shop, yes, he said price is 12,000. You showed him this discount voucher, yes, which says you can buy the phone for 10,000 rupees. Okay, so you just gave him 10,000, you got the phone. Now you would be extremely happy because you bought a 12,000 worth phone for 10,000. You would think that I have got a benefit of 2,000 rupees. I have saved 2,000 rupees. Yes, but wait, I'm giving you one more information. What happened is, yes, immediately when you bought the phone, yes, the company say released some Diwali offer or something, and the phone prices were brought down to 10,500. Immediately, yes, just now you picked up the phone in your hand and new prices have displayed that Samsung model A is available for 10,500. Okay. So now tell me, what would you feel? Would you think that you got a benefit of 2,000 rupees, or would you think that you got a benefit of 500 rupees? What do you think? Or if you pause the video and maybe you can think for a while. What will you feel? Will you compare that 12,000 was the price before when I was buying and I bought for 10,000, so 2,000 was the benefit I received? Or would you feel, okay, I'm asking what would you feel inside? Or would you feel that immediately when you bought, yes, the phone became worth 10,500 and you bought for 10,000. So actually if we say you got a benefit of 500 rupees only, or else otherwise you could have bought it for 10,500 itself after a while. Yes. So what would you feel? Yes, you would think that benefit which you have got is of 500 rupees. Okay. So you would feel that the worth of the discount coupon was 500 rupees. Okay. So what is worth? Worth means value. So value of this discount coupon is 500 rupees. Okay. Now let's apply this understanding on rights issue. Now see, a right is nothing but a discount coupon. This would entitle you to buy the equity share at a lower price. So in this case, this discount coupon is for 100 rupees. You can go to the market and buy an equity share for 100 rupees, which is currently available for 200 rupees. Okay, just as our story. Okay, but what is happening immediately after you buy for 100 rupees, the share price is coming to 166. Okay, so tell me, what do you think? So what do you think the value of this right would be? Will it be 100 rupees or will it be 66 rupees? How much discount do you think this right has given you? Okay, so one thing you must now understand, that value of a right is nothing but how much discount it would give you. Yes, the value of a discount coupon is nothing but how much discount it will give you. Correct? A right is nothing but a discount coupon, similar to a discount coupon. So what do you think? Or if you think, yes, that do you think you enjoyed the discount of 100 rupees or discount of 66 rupees? Same as our phone example. Yes, in a phone example, yes, finally, what did we feel? We felt that we enjoyed a discount of 500 rupees. Okay, so similarly here, you would believe that you would feel that the discount which you have got, you enjoyed is 66 rupees, because immediately after you had bought the share at the subscription price of 100, immediately after you bought at subscription price of 100 rupees, the share price came to 166 rupees. So you'll be comparing this 166 and your discounted price. So how much discount you got? A share worth 166, you purchased for 100 rupees, discount you got 66 rupees. That is your value of a right. Okay, I hope all of you are clear. So this gives us the third important information, that value of right is equal to theoretical X right price minus the subscription price S. I'll be giving you very neatly all the formulas. Okay, so this is how we calculate value of a right. The theoretical X right price, that is the market price post rights issue minus the subscription price. I hope all of you are clear. Okay, so let's write out the formulas. So formula number 1, how do we calculate subscription price? What is subscription price? Yes, the price of the right shares. Subscription price is equal to additional funds to be raised or additional funds required divided by additional shares to be issued, that is right shares. Additional shares to be issued. This will give us subscription price. So in the above example, how did we calculate? 1 crore of share capital we wanted by issuing 1 lakh shares. So we got 100 rupees. Okay, let me just show the calculation also. So in the above example, 1 crore was funds we wanted by issuing 1 lakh shares. So the subscription price came to rupees 100. Okay, next formula. You need not write this calculation. Okay, you can just copy the formula. We will be doing examples on this and questions also. Next, the formula for theoretical X right price. Yes, how do we calculate? The formula is M into N plus S into R divided by N plus R. So what are these? Yes, M means MPS before rights issue. Before rights issue. N means number of shares before rights issue. S means the subscription price which you calculated above. and R means number of right shares. Okay. All right. Now this can alternatively be, you can calculate it as like this. Market capitalization, I'll write it below. Alternatively, you can calculate it as like this. Yes, market capitalization before rights issue plus additional funds divided by total number of equity shares post rights issue. Okay, both are the same thing only. This total equity shares post rights issue is nothing but N plus R. This total market capitalization before rights issue is nothing but M into N, and this additional funds is nothing but S into R. Okay, all right. So next we'll see how to calculate value of a right. Value of a right. So value of a right is equal to theoretical X right price minus the subscription price. Very important formula. The theoretical X right price minus subscription price. Yes, the MPS after rights issue, that minus subscription price. Okay, so these are the three formulas which we'll be using in this topic. Next, a note on value of right. Note on value of right. Let's start. So value of right is the benefit a right will give us. Okay, that means the discount we will enjoy. Okay, now see, please write this also. A right is similar to a discount voucher. Okay, so we can say either subscribe a right, yes, or you can sell a right. Just like you can either subscribe a voucher, that is you can utilize the voucher, or you can sell a voucher, or you can lapse it. These are three things you can do with a right. Okay, now this is very important, everyone. A right is similar to discount. Yes, value of a right is the benefit a right will give us. That means the discount we will enjoy. Okay, so we can put in simple terms, value of right is equal to the discount you will receive by excising it. That's why. Next, yes, to calculate value of a right, yes, we calculate the discount we received by comparing what and what? By comparing the MPS post rights issue. The MPS post rights issue, that means the theoretical X right price with the subscription price. the subscription price. Okay, for this all of you, please remember this example about the Samsung phone. See, that happened with me also. I also bought my phone, and immediately after buying that, the prices came down considerably. So I felt really bad. Okay, so I hope all of you are clear with respect to what is a right. Yes, right is nothing but discount. So what is the value of right? The discount amount. So let's do some questions on this. Okay. Let's do a quick example. Now say for example, existing number of shares is equal to say 2 lakh shares. Okay, and current MPS is say rupees 250. Additional funds required say they need funds of 80 lakhs, and rights ratio, okay, and rights ratio is equal to say 1:2. Okay, now what is this rights ratio? Rights ratio means using the rights ratio only we'll be calculating how many rights shares the company will be issuing. So if the number of rights shares is not been specifically mentioned in the question, then rights ratio will be given. So rights ratio 1:2 would mean that one right share will be allotted for every 2 shares held. Okay, so let's calculate all the various values. So first, what will we calculate? Yes, we need the number of right shares first. Here they have not been given, so that is the first thing. Now we will calculate. So right shares, the number of right shares. So 2 lakh is number of shares into the rights ratio 1:2. So 1 lakh shares. Okay. Next, what we will calculate? Subscription price. So the sequence will never change because we need the first thing to calculate the second thing, like that it is going. So always in rights question, we first calculate the rights shares, then we'll calculate the subscription price. Yes, how do we calculate subscription price? Additional funds, how much? 80 lakhs divided by right shares, additional number of shares. So 1 lakh, how much? Rupees 80 is the subscription price. So you can say it is lower than the MPS of 250. Always rights will be issued at a lower price, at a discounted amount. That is the whole idea of giving right shares. Next we'll calculate. So once you have calculated the subscription price, you are ready to calculate the theoretical exercise price. Okay. So what's the formula? M into N plus S into R divided by N plus R. So how much is M? 250. That is market price before rights issue was 250. How much is N? 2 lakh shares. How much is S? Subscription price 80, and R rights shares 1 lakh. Whole divided by N plus R, that is 2 lakh plus 1 lakh. Okay. So how much we get? Let's calculate. So 5 crores plus 80 lakhs divided by 3 lakh shares. So that comes to yes, rupees 193.33. So theoretical exercise price is 193.33. Okay. Once we have the theoretical exercise price, we can now calculate what? The value of a right. The value of a right we can calculate. So how do we calculate value of a right? Theoretical exercise price minus the subscription price. So how much? 193.33 and subscription price was 80 rupees here we calculated. Okay, so how much is the value of right? Rupees 113.33 is the value of the right. Okay, I hope all of you are clear. Now, all of you, one more important thing. See, value of right we can calculate using this formula, and there's one other formula. Let's go and write it here. Okay, so value of right you can calculate with this formula. Alternatively, you have this formula also is equal to theoretical exercise price minus subscription price whole divided by, yes, number of existing shares eligible. Okay, so what is this? I'll just explain. So let's come into here, coming back to this question. Yes, we can alternatively calculate the value of the right as, yes, theoretical ex-right price minus subscription price, yes, divided by, now for how many shares you were eligible to get one right? What was the rights ratio? 1:2. So you were, for 2 shares held, you can receive 1 right share. So you are eligible on 2 shares. So divided by 2. Okay, how much would that be? Rupees 56.66. This is just another way of communicating value of a right. Okay, so what is the difference in both of these? See, in this first case, the 113.33 is purely the value of the right, the rights, the discount voucher. This is how much it's worth. It will give you a discount of 113.33. Okay. In the second case, what we are doing is we are calculating that, see, you were entitled to receive this right because you are holding 2 shares. Okay, so how much benefit did each share give you? Total benefit was 113.33. Okay, what was the benefit per share? So divided by 2, so 56.66. Okay, now you might think, is this important? Why is this important that we should calculate the value of a right per share, per existing original number of share? Why? We'll just see. Now say for example, there are 2 companies, just for example we're taking, okay, say Flipkart and say Amazon. Okay, now say the value of a right for both of these companies was 113.33, was 113.33 rupees. Both of the company had issued right shares and the value of right was 113.33. Now, but the rights ratio were different. Flipkart had a rights ratio of 1:2, whereas Amazon had a rights ratio of 1:4. Now let's calculate the value of a right, yes, per existing shares eligible. Yes, so how we will calculate? 113.33 divided by 2, which comes to 56.66 rupees, 56.66, and here 113.33 divided by 4, which comes to rupees 28.33. See, now all of you can see that the value of the right was same in both the cases, 113.33, 113.33. But what happened in Flipkart? Yes, if you owned just 2 shares, you would get this benefit. Yes, but if you are in Amazon, then you should hold 4 shares, and then you will get this benefit. So which is better? Yes, the Flipkart's right issue is way better then Amazon's right issue. Okay, so per share benefit you were entitled in Flipkart was 56.66, and in Amazon the per share benefit which you were entitled was 28.33 lesser amount. Okay, so this is the reason we calculate value of right in this manner also. Okay, let's do some questions. Okay, so question number 6. Let's start. ABC Limited shares are currently selling at rupees 13 per share. Okay, so current market price. Okay, always remember in rights shares, this will be the storing line. There will be an opening MPS, then rights shares subscription price you must calculate. Then after that, the new MPS you must calculate. Then value of the share. Okay, so ABC Limited shares are currently selling at rupees 13 per share. Okay, there are 10 lakh shares outstanding. Fine. The firm is planning to raise 20 lakhs to finance a new project. Okay, additional shares funds required 20 lakhs required. What are the ex-right price of the shares and the value of the right? So they ask you to calculate these two things: ex-right price and value of a right. If case 1, the firm offers 1 right share for every 2 shares held, that is the rights ratio is 1:2. If rights ratio is 1:2, what is the ex-right price? What is the value of the right? Okay, second case, if the firm offers 1 right shares for every 4 shares. Okay, so rights ratio they are changing here, 1:4. Then third case, what they are asking, how does the shareholders' wealth change from 1 to 2? How does right issue increase the shareholders' wealth? Now this is the very important question. So let's start with the first part. So question number 6. Let's write the data. So what is the current market price? 13. So M is equal to rupees 13. Existing number of shares 10 lakh shares. So N is equal to 10 lakh shares. Okay, and additional funds 20 lakhs. So additional funds how much? Rupees 20 lakhs. Now let's start with the first subdivision, that is when the rights ratio is 1:2. Okay, now the sequence is going to be the same. First we have to calculate number of rights shares, then we have to calculate the subscription price, then theoretical exercise price, then value of share. Okay, because we need the preceding value to calculate the subsequent value. Let's calculate first rights shares. So rights shares will be how many existing number of shares? 10 lakhs into the ratio 1:2. So 5 lakh shares. 5 lakh rights shares will be issuing. Next, what will calculate? Subscription price. So what subscription price? Additional funds divided by number of right shares or additional shares. So additional funds, how much we want? 20 lakhs. So we need 20 lakh rupees divided by how many shares will be issuing? 5 lakh shares. Yes. So how much is the price? Rupees 4. So 20 lakhs. Yes. Rupees 4 is the subscription price. Okay. Next, what will calculate? The theoretical ex-right price. What's the formula? M into N plus S into R divided by N plus R. So how much is M? Market price was 13 and N is how many? 10 lakh shares, plus how much is S? Subscription price 4, R right shares 5 lakh shares, whole divided by N plus R, that is 10 lakh shares plus 5 lakh shares. Okay, so how much do we get? Plus 20 lakhs. So we have 1 crore 50 lakh rupees, 1 crore 50 lakhs divided by 15 lakhs. So how much it comes? It comes to rupees 10. So theoretical exercise price is rupees 10, and you can see it as it is lesser than the market price of rupees 13. Okay, so theoretical exercise price will always be lower than the market price before rights issue. Okay, calculated. Next, what we'll calculate? We'll calculate value of a right. So value of a right is equal to theoretical exercise price minus the subscription price. So theoretical exercise price we just calculated rupees 10 minus rupees 4 of subscription price, which we calculated here. So rupees 6 is the value of a right. Okay, or alternatively you can also calculate it like this. I'll suggest that always please show the alternative calculation also. Okay, divided by original number of shares. So what was the rights ratio? 1:2. So by having 2 shares, you were entitled to get a right. So divided by 2, so how much we get? Rupees 3. Okay. So what else? Just see in the exam, no, always calculate the value of the right in both this form, both of these ways. Okay. Marks will not be reduced, but whichever answer is there in the answer key, you would have it and you will get the marks. Okay. So second case, second subdivision, what are they telling? When the firm offers 1 right share for every 4 shares, 1:4 is the ratio. So in that case, so second subdivision, when the rights ratio is 1:4. Let's repeat the process. First we'll calculate what? Number of right shares. So right share is equal to how many shares originally we have? 10 lakh shares. So 10 lakh into 1/4. So 2,50,000 shares. Okay. Next, what we'll calculate? Subscription price. So the order will never change, because without right shares we cannot calculate subscription price. Without subscription price we cannot calculate exercise price. Without exercise price we cannot calculate value of a right. So subscription price, how do we calculate? How much funds we need? 20 lakh. So I would suggest to always write the formula first. I'm not writing the formula, but all of you please write the formula. So 20 lakh additional funds divided by additional shares. How much? So 20 lakh divided by 2,50,000, rupees 8. So subscription price is rupees 8. Okay, next we'll calculate the theoretical X right price. Formula is M into N plus S into R divided by N plus R. How much was M? 13. N was 10 lakh shares. Okay. S into R, we know it was 20 lakhs only. With 20 lakhs was the additional funds required. Divided by N plus R. Now that will change. That was 10 lakh shares plus now 2,50,000 shares. Okay. So we have 1 crore 50 lakhs. You can see the numerator is not going to change. So here also you saw the numerator was 1 crore 50 lakhs. So numerator will not change. Okay, only denominator, number of right shares will only change. So divided by 12,50,000. So how much we get? 1 crore 50 lakhs divided by 12,50,000 rupees 12. So theoretical exercise price is rupees 12. You can see it is below the market price before rights issue, 13. From 13 it has now come down to 12. So everyone see, after rights issue, no, the value of the share always falls down. Why? Because the rights shares were issued at a discount. So the price gets averaged. Okay, so next we'll calculate value of a right. So value of right is equal to the theoretical exercise price minus the subscription price. So theoretical exercise price was 12, subscription price was 8. So value of right is rupee 4. Okay, 12 was the exercise price, subscription price was 8. Now I'll suggest alternatively put an OR and write it as 12 minus 8 divided by how many shares were entitled to a right in this case? 4 shares. So rupee 1. Okay, so value of right is 4, or you can say as rupee 1. Okay, everyone. So 2 parts of the question were completed. We have one more part pending. Third part, very important. Now what they're asking here is, how does the shareholders' wealth change from 1 to 2? And how does rights issue increases shareholders' wealth? Okay, that means they're asking, in the first case, when 1 is to 2 was the rights ratio, in that case, how much was the shareholders' wealth changing? And second case, when the rights ratio was 1 is to 4, how did the shareholders' wealth change in that case? And how does rights issue increase shareholders' wealth generally, they are asking. Okay, let's see. Let's see how the shareholders' wealth changes because of rights issue. So subdivision 3, let's put a heading, impact on shareholders' wealth. Okay, so let's have a column for particulars and amount. Okay, so first we're going to see the current wealth of the shareholder. So wealth before rights issue, wealth before rights issue. Okay, so let's assume, so here they haven't given us how much number of shares this particular shareholder has, so we are free to assume any number. So current shareholding, okay, just assume, you can assume, say you hold 100 shares. Okay, now what is the current MPS? Yes, rupees 13. Okay, here they are given rupees 13. So what is the current wealth? So current wealth, yes, so this shareholder has 100 shares, each share is worth 13 rupees. So current wealth would be 100 shares into 13, that is rupees 1300. All right, now we'll see what happened to his wealth after the rights issue. Okay, let's do it here. So B, wealth post rights issue, wealth post rights issue. So let's have column for particulars and let's have two columns for amount, that is when the ratio was, when the rights ratio was 1 is to 2 and when the right ratio was 1 is to 4. Let's see. Okay, so number of shares before rights issue, how many shares he had? Yes, 100 shares, correct? Okay, next, number of rights shares, so he had 100 shares, so in this case how much he'll receive? 1 share for every 2 shares held, that is he'll receive 50 shares, and this case he'll receive 25 shares. He'll receive 25 shares. Now, okay, so total shares after rights issue, how much? 150 shares and 125 shares. Okay, now rights issue has happened. Now this shareholder, in the first case he will have 150 shares, second case he will have 125 shares. Now after the rights issue, what is the market price? The theoretical ex right price. Yes, so in the first case it was 10 rupees. Okay, first case was 10 rupees and the second case it was 12 rupees. It was rupees 10, here it was rupees 12. Okay, so let's calculate the total value. Yes, so value of total shares held. So here how many? 150 shares into 10 rupees, so rupees 1500, and here 125 into rupees 12, rupees 1500. Okay, 125 into rupees 12, 1500. Okay, so it looks like the wealth has increased. Previously, how much was the wealth? 1,300. Now it looks like his wealth has increased to 1,500. Yes? No. It is purely an illusion you are getting now. Wealth has not increased. Why is the wealth not increasing? I'm telling. Yes? What has happened? What happened? See, this is what has happened. Your wealth has not increased. How much you paid for subscription? Yes, subscription price. How much was subscription price in the first scenario? Just calculated how much it was here. 4 rupees was subscription price in the first case, and second case it was rupees 8. So it was rupees 4 per share, and here it was rupees 8 per share. So now what was the total subscription you paid? Yes, total subscription paid. Here how much? 50 right shares, no, you purchased. So 50 right shares into 4, how much? Rupees 200. Here how many right shares? 25 right shares into 8, how much? Rupees 200. Okay. Now see, 1,500 is now the total value of your equity shares, but 200 rupees you had paid to get this wealth. So now what I'm going to say, I will say that your wealth is, in this case, 1,500 minus 200 is equal to rupees 1,300. In this case also, 1,500 minus 200 is equal to rupees 1,300. I would say your wealth is 1,300 only. Yes. Now see, be very clear. The value, total value of your equity shares is 1,500. Okay, post rights issue, correct. Total value of equity is 1,500. But yes, this 200 rupees subscription price you had paid, okay, that has got added with your previous wealth of 1,300. So before rights issue, your wealth was 1,300. Yes, then correct. Before rights issue, how many shares you had? 100 shares. Market price was 13. You were enjoying a wealth of 1,300. Okay. After rights issue, what happened? You paid subscription price. Correct. How much you paid? 200 rupees. So that payment which you made, that got added with your previous wealth of 1,300. Now hence it is showing 1,500. So your wealth as such has not changed. Okay. What happened was, previously, say 1,300 rupees worth equity shares you were enjoying, and 200 rupees cash you had in your pocket. Okay. Now after rights issue, what happened? This cash 200 rupees you have paid, and now it is showing in your value of equity itself. So previously 1,300 was your equity value, wealth, and now also your wealth is 1,300 only. This 200 rupees you paid out of your pockets. Okay, your wealth has not increased. It would look like from 1,300 it became 1,500. No, this 1,500, how did it become 1,500? Yes, this 200 rupees increase, how did that increase? From some external source you got that income? No, it was your own money. This 200 rupees was your own money which you invested again in this equity shares or this company. Okay, so your wealth has not increased. Okay, Irwin? So write down the note. The wealth of the shareholder or shareholders does not change. The wealth of the shareholders does not change due to rights issue. Okay, very important, very important. I hope all of you are clear. Anything not clear with respect to this, please come back to me and please get it clarified. Okay, let's do one more question on rights shares. Question number 7. Okay, Pragya Limited. Let's start. So Pragya Limited has issued 75,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each. All right. The current market price per share is rupees 24. So M is 24, N is 75,000 shares. The company has a plan to make a rights issue of one new equity share at a price of rupees 16 for every 4 shares held. Okay, so 1:4 is rights ratio, and they given the subscription price also, everyone. How much? 16 rupees the subscription price. Okay, so one calculation less we'll have to do. Next, you are required to calculate the theoretical post rights price per share. Okay, calculate theoretical value of right alone, very easy for us to calculate. Then show the effect of the rights issue on the wealth of a shareholder who has 1000 shares, assuming he sells the entire rights. Remember what I said, you can subscribe to a right or sell a right or let it lapse. So in the previous question we were subscribing. Okay, here we are selling the right, and we'll see what will happen to the wealth of the shareholder in this case. Next, fourth subdivision, and show the effect if the same shareholder does not take any action and ignores the issue. Okay, so here in the fourth subdivision, the shareholder is allowing his rights to lapse, and what will happen in that case to his wealth. Let's do. So again, very simple question. Let's start. So question number 7. Question number 7. What's the data? M is how much? Rupees 24. N is 75,000 shares. See, please mind my handwriting. Okay, I can write neatly, but I'll have to write very slowly. I don't want to waste time on that. And if I write in my speed, then my handwriting comes like this. So I hope if you're not able to understand the letters of the words, no, at least you can hear me. So that would help it. But I will try to write it as neatly as possible. But I know myself, I won't be writing it neatly. Then subscription price they have given. It is how much? Rupees 16. Okay. Yes. And rights ratio. Rights ratio is how much, everyone? 1:4. Okay, the company has the plan to make rights issue of 1 new equity share at a price of rupees 16 for every 4 shares held. So 1:4 is the rights ratio. Okay, we have the required data. Now you have to calculate the theoretical exercise price and the value of a right. So very easy. So let's start with, yes, now what should we calculate first? What do you think? Subscription price is already given. Can we directly calculate theoretical exercise price? Yes? No. Why? We don't have number of right shares. So we'll have to first calculate the right shares. So right shares, how do we calculate? 75,000 shares into 1/4. So how much we get? 18,750 shares. 18,750 right shares. Okay. Next, now can we calculate theoretical exercise price? Yes, yes, we can calculate. So let's write the formula. M into N plus S into R divided by N plus R. So M is 24 into N 75,000 plus S is 16 into R 18,750 divided by N plus R, that is 75,000 plus 18,750. So let's do the mathematics. So 24 into 75,000, how much we get? 18 lakhs. Okay, plus 16 into 18,750. How much we get? 3 lakhs divided by 75,000 plus 18,750, 93,750. So that comes to 18 lakhs plus 3 lakhs divided by 93,750, rupees 22.40. So theoretical exercise price comes to rupees 22.40. Okay, first part we have calculated. Now second subdivision, what are they asking us to calculate? The theoretical value of the right. So they are asking the value of the right alone. So value of right is equal to theoretical exercise price minus the subscription price. So theoretical exercise price is 22.4, subscription price is rupees 16. Here we have noted it. So how much is the value? Rupees 6.40. Okay, 22.4 minus 16 rupees 6.40 is the value of right. All right, we'll calculate it now. So here again, as I told you, always you put an or and calculate in the using the other formula also. So value of right is equal to theoretical exercise price minus the subscription price is divided by how many shares per right share? 4. So you will get 6.40 by 4. So that gives us rupees 1.60. Okay. So first two subdivisions completed. What's the next question they're asking? Show the effect of the rights issue on wealth of shareholder who has 1000 shares, assuming he sells the entire rights. Okay, this time he's selling the entire rights. Let's see. Very interesting part. Yes, so third subdivision, impact on wealth. Yes, if the rights are sold. Okay, so let's see. So let's have a column for particulars and column for values, amount. Okay, so first, before rights issue, let's see what the story was, or what the wealth was before rights issue. So number of shares, yes, 1000 shares. And what was the MPS before rights issue? How much it was? Yes, 24 rupees. MPS was rupees 24. So what was the wealth? Yes, 1000 into 24. So rupees 24,000 was the wealth before the rights issue. Next case. Let's see what happens after rights issue. So this time our fellow is not subscribing, but he is selling the rights. So after rights issue, number of rights, subscribed, no, eligible, he did not subscribe, but to how many rights he was eligible? So 1000 into 1 by 4, so 250 shares, he was eligible to subscribe for 250 shares. Okay, and number of shares held, how many shares he held? 1000 shares. He did not subscribe to any shares, so his shareholding did not increase. Now, what is the theoretical exercise price? How much was the TERP? 22.40. So TERP was rupees 22.40. See, now his total value of shares held will be how much? 1000 shares he has, and now they are worth 22.40 per share. So total value is 22,400. Okay. Now, am I right if I say his total wealth is 22,400? Yes? Am I right? All of you think? Pause the video. No. Why? Because one more thing has happened. He has sold the rights. Okay. So sales consideration of proceeding, sale consideration from rights. Okay. So what is the value, at what price he would have sold the right? At the value of a right. Okay. So before writing the sales consideration, let's first write the value of a right. So value of a right, value of right is how much? We calculated 6.40. So rupees 6.40. Yes. So sale proceedings or consideration from sale of rights. How do we calculate? How many right shares he would have sold? 250 shares he would have sold at a price of 6.40 per share. So how much he would have received? Yes, 1600. So rupees 1600. Okay. Now we'll calculate his total wealth. So his total wealth will be, yes, D plus F. Okay. That means 22,400 plus this sales consideration which he has received. So that makes it 2 rupees 24,000. Yes. So has his wealth changed? How much is his wealth? 24,000. Previously 24,000. So what has happened? His wealth has not changed. So write down the wealth of the shareholder, yes, has not changed. Okay, so what do we understand? If you subscribe to the right shares, your wealth will not change. If you sell the right shares, your wealth will not change. All right. Okay, so here what happened is, see, he did not subscribe to the right shares. So because of that, his original number of shareholding was 1000. After right shares also, his original number of holding was 1000 shares only, and the market price had fallen down from 24 to fall to 22.4, because of which his total value of equity came down 22,400. Previously it was 24,000. Now it came to 22,400. But additionally, he sold the rights. From that he got 1,600 rupees of cash. So now his total wealth is 22,400 value of shares plus 1,600 cash, which comes down to 24,000. Okay. Let's do the next subdivision. So fourth subdivision, what are they asking? Show the effect if the same shareholder does not take any action and ignores the issue. Now what will happen in this case? Yes. So fourth subdivision, impact on wealth of shareholder if rights are lapsed. Okay, let's see what will happen. All of you, before I complete it, please think and come to a conclusion, or you can pause the video. Pause the video and please do it yourself and see what are the results. Okay. So what we'll do? Yes. So he is not subscribing, he is not selling the rights also. So what will be shareholding? So shareholding post rights issue. How many shares he will have? He'll hold same 1000 shares only. Okay. And what is the theoretical exercise price? Rupees 22.40. Okay. So now what is the total? Yes, 1000 into 22.40. How much rupees? 22,400. Okay. Now anything else to be calculated after this? Nothing to be calculated. He has not subscribed the shares. He has not sold the shares. So this is the end of his story. So this is his total wealth. How much? 22,400. Yes, what was his wealth previously? 24,000 was his wealth previously. Now it has come to 22,400. So what do we understand? That the shareholders' wealth has reduced because of neither subscribing to the rights shares, nor selling the rights. Okay, so what do we conclude? Yes, if a company is issuing rights shares, yes, either subscribe it, or if you don't want to subscribe, at least sell the rights. If you don't do either of it, yes, your wealth is going to come down, because we know that after rights shares, the MPS is going to be lesser than the MPS before the rights shares. Okay, so after rights shares, the MPS is going to fall. So you have to take an action, either subscribe or sell the rights. If you don't take any action, you will suffer loss. Okay, everyone. So here we're completing the topic. So let's make a small table. So the question is completed. After that, just write some notes. Let's write some notes. So first one, yes, to maintain the wealth, yes, a shareholder should either subscribe to the rights issue, or at least, if you're not subscribing, or at least sell his rights, okay. If, yes, if the shareholder does nothing, then his wealth will fall, because the MPS post rights issue, yes, will always fall. Okay. Actually, theoretically will always fall. Practically, there are certain exceptions. One exception I will just tell you after we complete this. Yes. Okay, everyone. So now let's just prepare one small table. Say action taken, and impact on wealth. Okay. So now, if the shareholder subscribes, what's the impact of on wealth? Yes, impact on wealth is the wealth does not change. Yes, we saw in the previous question. And if the action he takes is he sells the rights, what is the impact on the wealth? The wealth does not change. Now, but if he does nothing, that is lapse, allows the rights to lapse, what happens? His wealth falls. Okay. So one thing is clear, everyone, that rights shares do not increase the shareholders' wealth. Not increase the shareholders' wealth. One thing is clear, okay? So, rights shares will not increase the shareholders' wealth. If you subscribe or sell the rights, your wealth will be maintained, or if you do nothing, your wealth will fall. But your wealth can never increase because of rights issue. Okay, everyone. So that's all in rights issue. I hope all of you are clear. Yes. Now, one exception I wanted to tell you about rights issue. See, recently, all of you would know, Reliance has issued rights shares. Recently, I'll just so Reliance issued rights shares. So what, I don't remember the values properly. Somewhere around 53,000 crores. For 53,000 crores, Reliance issued the rights shares. And what happened was, the subscription price, okay, the subscription price was around 1,275, I think so. Subscription price was 1,275, and before the subscription price, the MPS was actually somewhere around okay, before the subscription of rights, the MPS was somewhere around 1,482 rupees. Okay, so 1,482 was the MPS before rights issue, and the rights subscription price was rupees 1,275 per right. And actually what happened is the MPS post rights issue in this case was somewhere around 1,500 to 1,550. It actually increased. Yes, a peculiar case usually does not happened in Reliance case. Yes, if you go and study any other rights issue, the rights issue made by Vodafone Idea after their merger around 25,000 crores. If you see that rights issue subscription price was around 12 rupees, I think. Yes, and the MPS was previously around 20 rupees. No, yes, around 20 rupees was the MPS. Subscription price was around 12 rupees. Yes, what happened after rights issues? The MPS fell. The MPS came down to somewhere around 13, I believe. Okay, so rights issue practically also the impact would be just what we have learned. The MPS post rights issue will always fall because the rights shares were issued at a discount. So after rights issue, the MPS will definitely fall. Yes, but in Reliance Industries, it was an exception. Why did this happen in Reliance? Why it happened? Yes, MPS before rights was 1,452. After rights it is 1,500 to 1,550. It increased. Why it happened? Because of what Reliance had planned to do with this 53,000 crores. Yes, and other activities also around 1,50,000 crores. Okay, roughly around 1,30,000 crores worth capital Reliance has just recently raised in last 1 or 2 months to become a net debt-free company. Reliance had around 1.4 to 1.5 lakhs of net debt. It had planned to settle all its debts in a period of 1 year's time. Yes, so because of that, the shareholders knew that with this fund, yes, the company's debt, that is borrowings, are going to be settled. Okay, so companies' finance costs would come down, liabilities would come down, company would become even more financially healthy. It's already Reliance has some 1.5 lakh, 1,50,000 crores worth of cash in hand. So already the company is doing really well, and with this, this is going to give the company a even powerful push. Okay, so this was the reason the Reliance had planned to use this additional funds to settle its debts. So, and Reliance is already performing very well, and all the other investment which it got from Facebook, from Aramco, Petroleum, yes, all these and other investors. Because of all these reasons, yes, in this peculiar case, after rights issue, the share price increased because investors were very hopeful that the company is going to perform more better and actually exceptionally well than other companies in current times. Okay, everyone. Okay, so that's all with respect to rights issue. Yes. So please remember the important points. What are the important points? Subscription price will always be lower than the MPS, and theoretical exercise price will also be lower than the MPS. And what is the value of right? Value of right is nothing but the discount which the shareholders are enjoying. How do we calculate the discount? The theoretical exercise price minus the subscription price. Okay, and then one more very important point: rights issue do not increase the wealth of the shareholders. Yes, if the shareholder subscribes to the rights, or if he sells the rights, he can maintain his wealth. But if he does neither of these two, his wealth will fall. Okay, everyone. All right. So that's all in rights issue. So please complete it. Please make proper notes. Any doubts, please get it clarified. Okay. Thank you.